I can't wait. I can't wait for everybody to find out what's really been going on in the background.
Jaguar Wright is once again exposing celebs, and this time she is spilling the tea about Justin Bieber. This was after Jaguar revealed that she knows about Diddy and Justin's very interesting relationship, and let's just say she didn't hold back. I bet you guys already know that there had been rumors about Puffy and how he's allegedly fancies men more than he fancies women. And while this information shocked you, what Jaguar said about Justin and Puffy will blow your mind.
Then you take Justin Bieber from Lily White, Canada, and take him to the flavor of off, the Kitty edition.
That's right, my boy Bieber, official member of the Dirty Money crew.
All right, I'm chilling with my big bro Diddy right here. You gotta go get his album. It's Last Train to Paris.
If Diddy really thinks Justin was his little bro back then, anyway, are you not curious why the singer is also trending alongside Diddy? Basically, things are getting out of hand for the business mogul, and ever since the raid, everyone has been digging up his past. Literally anything they can find. Well, guess what? Fans were able to discuss a very intriguing video of Justin and Diddy, and after the clip went viral, people started speculating. What's more, according to Jaguar, Diddy has done the same thing to many other aspiring male musicians in the business, and this includes Meek Mill and Usher. As a result, Meek Mill went into a Twitter frenzy, attempting to establish that he was not Diddy's boy toy. Not to mention how Usher had also talked about the infamous Puffy flavor camp he was told to attend. But it's too late because the damage is already done, and now everyone is wondering if Justin had to go through all of that to kick off his career, and if so, how many young artists had to suffer. Let's find out. Okay, so Justin Bieber began to trend last year when Cassie's case was withdrawn. This is mostly because the case paved the way for numerous dubious details about Diddy to come to light.
Ooh, Diddy, you are in trouble. Cassie, his ex-girlfriend, has filed a $30 million lawsuit accusing him of forcing her to sleep with other men.
At the time, it appeared that people were exaggerating how bad things were for Justin when he came around Diddy. But with everything that has come out since, girl, you have to admit that there must have been something very creepy going on there. And Jaguar Wright had a lot to say about it. Jaguar mentioned in the interview the alarming footage of Justin hanging out with Odell Beckham and Trey Songz.
That really disturbing footage of Bieber, Odell Beckham, and Trey Songz.
Yes.
Like, and Trey's like literally sitting there playing lookout.
Playing lookout as Justin Bieber goes down on Odell.
The boy came up with his mouth wet.
Mouth wet.
If you have not watched it, it basically demonstrates how Justin was going down on Odell. Some fans have even attempted to dismiss Justin's actions as a joke or maybe doing some type of coke, which, is bad in of itself since these are mature guys enticing a young man into a drug-fueled lifestyle. But according to Jaguar, there was no Coca-Cola at all.
Now, what they're going to try to say is, no, Justin Bieber was just doing a line of coke. No, he didn't mess with his nose when he came up.
He was doing a line of coke with his mouth.
He wiped his mouth. When you do
his mouth was wet.
You do this when you finish your line.
Now, what they're going to try to say is Justin was not just doing coke. No, because just look at him. He obviously wiped his mouth, which doesn't really happen when you guys are doing such stuff, right? I'm not implying you guys have done it before, but you don't have to be a genius to know how things are done. Anyways, Jaguar then went on to talk about how Justin must have started going down this path from the moment he spent those 48 hours with Diddy. Well, maybe more than just 48 hours, but by the looks of it, anyone who had been hanging around Diddy somehow ended up in hot waters now. It doesn't even help that more footage showing Diddy's questionable behavior is making rounds on the internet. And if this keeps coming, it's impossible to deny anything, right? I mean, you have seen the clips of Diddy promising to give Justin Bieber a Lamborghini and a house.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but come get the front shot of this.
Man.
Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
But with everything that's coming out about Diddy since then, I think you can agree that it's too much to even watch the video. Like, it's just impossible not to think about the possibility of Diddy doing nasty things behind closed doors. And now, young artists might be involved. It just makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. Going back, did y'all know Diddy actually gave Justin that Lamborghini? Not to mention how Puff did this like 2 minutes after teenager Justin. Fans think that there is enough evidence to believe this happened. Justin was then spotted cruising around town with a Lambo resembling the one Diddy promised him in that footage. So if Diddy didn't give it to him, well, that's one heck of a coincidence. But what y'all need to ask yourselves is, why would Diddy give a random kid a car? And it's impossible if you take into consideration the terrible things Diddy did to Cassie. And now we have more people like Lil Rod spilling the tea and revealing how Diddy would treat his partner and people he works with. And most of the time, he tends to get very, to say the least.
Rodney Jones came with receipts for everything that he alleged that P. Diddy has done, and there is some crazy stuff that is mentioned in this document.
However, this is only the tip of the iceberg, because if these allegations are proven true, then Justin might have experienced horrible stuff at the hands of Diddy when he was working with him. Not to mention how young he was back then and innocent. Because of this, fans believe that they messed him up real bad. I mean, look how scared Justin was while talking to Diddy in this footage. You can see how he was literally fumbling his words because Diddy put him in a tight spot without really thinking about his well-being.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything?
Yeah.
Starting to act different, huh?
No,
you ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But
while some of you might say that the video doesn't make sense, like keeping him away from Puff because they knew how the other messed up Justin's mental health, maybe that explains why things were so awkward between them when Diddy finally got a hold of him after so many years. Of course, we can't forget about this footage. You know, that one time Diddy was seemingly patting Justin down for whatever reason he deemed fit. Ever since, fans have become very skeptical about Justin's close relationship with Diddy.
It's hard sometimes to look in the mirror and really have to realize maybe you're not the person that you necessarily thought that you were. That's just a result of trauma and life circumstances.
Like, we can't ignore the fact that he somehow developed a drinking habit during the time he was still inside Diddy's circle. I mean, Justin was seen holding some sort of drink during one of Diddy's parties way back in 2014, and while it should have been water at best, it looks yellow. So we can all agree that that's not agua. What is it? We're not entirely sure, but we can't rule out alcohol. And then years later, he was confused, angry, misled, and just basically lost. So for those people who will claim that nope, he didn't regret hanging out with those wrong people because he was at least at the peak of his career and enjoying the fruits of his success, well, you better think again, because a lot of things are happening behind closed doors, and sometimes even the most successful person is suffering in secret. And it's even far worse for JB, since he is young and easy prey. Almost everyone around him at that time wanted something from him, so it's only natural that influential people would want to have control over young Justin. Take Ellen DeGeneres, for example. She literally showed this incredibly, exposing paparazzi shots of Justin on her show, and then ask him some weird questions about it. If this is not indirect blackmail, well, I don't know what is.
How did you not see that there was paparazzi there?
Well, I just didn't see them. I think I wasn't really looking out for them either, so.
Was there a boat? After, when you think back on it now, can you see where they may have been? Were they in a boat?
Yeah, they're definitely in a boat. Yeah.
Then we have James Corden, who decided to act pretty weird about Justin during an interview for the 2011 Brit Award.
Ah, well, she's here. We're going to get to see her later. Thank you so much. Look at him. Look at what a beautiful face. All right.
It doesn't stop there, because it turns out a lot of celebs in Hollywood like to get a little too touchy with an 18-year-old. Like barely a year later, Justin attended the 2012 AMA with Jenny McCarthy, and just look at what she was doing. Justin was barely 18, and we have an adult, specifically a 40-year-old, being very clingy. He had to pry her off himself at one point, so imagine how uncomfortable he was feeling. He even had to say this when he accepted an award that night.
Wow! I feel violated right now. Wow.
In another clip, an interview was asking a 15-year-old Justin about the talk, and he even had to call them out on it because why are you asking a 15-year-old stranger that type of question? Like, seriously. While all of this was going on, the individuals who were supposed to be there to protect him, Usher and Diddy, were doing the exact opposite. Imagine that. Okay, for perspective, Usher entered Justin's life virtually as soon as he landed in Atlanta with Scooter Braun. Mind you, Justin was just 13 at the time, according to Justin's mother. She prayed hard for Justin to meet decent individuals in the industry who would treat him well. So, when Usher and Scooter Braun appeared, she expected them to be the answers to her prayers, but she had no idea they would be the polar opposite. Following this, Usher took Justin under his wing as a mentor, naming his buddy Ryan Good as Justin's swagger coach and road manager. Patty claims that when she started losing control of her kid, Justin was a young child from a poor home who suddenly became one of the most renowned people in the world, earning more money than anybody in his family had ever seen. Patty stated that Justin needed someone around him in the midst of it all, but she was unable to do it since she did not have as much access to him when he was on tour. And while we like to criticize some celebrities' parents for exposing their children to Hollywood, they are not always up to the task of dealing with the industry's predators and wolves. Fast forward a few years later, and Usher introduced Justin to Diddy, marking the beginning of Justin's descent into the depths of darkness. If the rumors are accurate, Diddy wasted no time in turning Justin into his boy toy under the cover of mentoring, much like he did with Usher before. We've all heard Diddy claim that he obtained legal guardianship of Usher while working on his debut album, and what he did in his role as so-called legal guardian was introduce Usher to the adult lifestyle.
I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first.
I bet you heard about Puffy Flavor Camp, right? Usher had talked about this before, and that Flavor Camp, as they call it, is not the basic music camp you'll send an aspiring artist to, because let's just say there's not much music involved. Even Usher explained that he was there to observe Diddy's lifestyle. What? Is that even necessary if you want to become a singer? Maybe Justin was also sent to this Flavor Camp, and that alone might explain everything. Gene Deal also talked about how Diddy had a cult that he recruited Usher and Justin to, and let me tell you, the things he described were so disturbing. Gene also mentioned that Usher most likely had a trauma link with Diddy as a result of what Diddy had done to him. He mentioned that Usher may have been covering for Diddy, and when you think about it, he's kind of true. For example, whenever Usher mentions Diddy, he appears to be choosing his words carefully, as if he doesn't want to accidentally leak something that would start a conversation. Let's bring back that Howard Stern interview for a minute. Usher has never addressed the claims that he was Diddy's boy toy, but court records from the Lil Rod case suggest he was. According to the complaint, Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in intercourse with the rapper, R&B singer. The deleted rapper and R&B singer were identified in the footnotes as a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj and another who performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency, respectively. Fans quickly realized that Meek Mill was the rapper and Usher was the R&B singer. Crazy, right? Now everything is finally making sense. Aside from Usher's statements of how wild his time was at Puffy Flavor Camp, Diddy once made a mistake and said that he and Usher shared a bed when Usher was just a kid. He attempted to downplay it as them arguing over Frosted Flakes, and Kevin Hart attempted to conclude it, but our ears told us otherwise. Also, Usher's attempt to fill in for Diddy is strange. but it makes sense given the psychological effects that traumatic experiences can have on people. Therefore, it appears that Diddy has an impact on other male artists than Usher, because Meek Mill has also been acting foolishly online as well, due to rumors that he was Diddy's boy toy. As you are all aware, Diddy has reportedly slept with rapper Meek Mill, who had been linked in the Lil Rod case. In a recent interview with Storm Monroe, Jaguar Wright discussed Diddy, implying that she is certain he has repeatedly offered that behind up for the diddler. She went so far as to call Meek Mill a power bottom. However, Jaguar has previously discussed Meek Mill getting passed on about in the business. She said that Meek Mill may have been taken advantage of by the Smiths when he approached them for mentoring in an interview with Real Life Productions. Does anyone find it surprising that Diddy is good friends with Will and Jada? Diddy could have easily offered Meek Mill to the Smiths if they needed some new cheeks to spread. In addition, previous pictures and videos of Meek Mill have come to light since Diddy was included in the case, and admirers have a great deal of questions. One image, for instance, shows Meek Mill and Diddy together in similar pajamas, as if they're having a sleepover or something. Then there's the widely shared video of Diddy calling Meek Mill daddy, as if it's normal for two adult men to address each other like that. There is also a video of Meek Mill performing in a club, and notice how quickly Diddy turns his head in response to Meek Mill's voice. Diddy appeared to be experiencing some sort of flashback when he was up there. Meek Mill has now made a concerted effort to demonstrate that he is not gay and that he likes ladies. He really tried to convince everyone on Twitter how much he adored ladies all week long. In a tweet, he stated, "When I got a girl around me, I'm her twice a day. LOL, ask some of your favorites. She don't control me, but it's like a high. One love to the gay people, but that juicy do it for me. I done ran red lights to get to that feeling. Y'all weird on here, like devils. LOL." Then he continued, "Y'all see these rappers with gay styles? They want that look. Leave that to them. I come from that gangster is surviving in the jungle." He even accused the media of attempting to discredit him and halt the success of his most recent album. Meek said, "The two things they say, we snitching or we gay. We generating hundreds of millions from music. It's not a coincidence we are all gay and snitches. They are powering this stuff even if it's fake. The goal is to disrupt the hip-hop community. I own this music that dropped tomorrow. Play it." However, he wasn't denying that he was Diddy's boy toy. Regardless, others are now speculating that Justin and Diddy may have formed a trauma link since, despite everything, Justin continues to declare his love for Diddy in public. Even after he had all but retired from the music industry, Justin still found time to collaborate with Diddy. Last year, didn't he just sell his whole discography for $200 million? But he wound up contributing to the song Moments to Diddy's The Love album. In his post announcing the collaboration, Justin recalled pitching him a song that he had written for him when he was about 14 years old. Unfortunately, the song was trash, and he would have refused to use it. He then continued by saying, "Fast forward to a few years ago, Diddy asked if I would freestyle something for his upcoming Love album. Wow, full circle moment. Love you, Diddy." How strange is that? A video purportedly featuring Justin at a party with Diddy and the gang giving him drinks has surfaced, and it's really messy. Although the specific nature of the beverages is unknown, there have been rumors that they may have been mixed, especially considering that at the party, Justin was supposedly handed around by Diddy and his cronies. I have no idea what the hell must have been going through his mind at that party. Similar to Usher, Justin has been silent on his relationship with Diddy. However, he has produced a documentary detailing his experiences over the years, and it is simply heartbreaking to witness. But according to a person close to Justin, he's prepared to address his connection with Diddy if doing so would advance the ongoing investigation. But one thing is for sure, although he may have to, Justin genuinely doesn't want to discuss his connection with Diddy in public. Although Jaguar Wright has long said that Diddy is crazy, it appears that people are now beginning to accept her claims. One of the fans who commented on the entire situation online remarked, "This industry is so sick. If Justin was abused like this, I truly hope he finds the strength to come forward. It would be so powerful. I hope he finds healing and peace. Poor kid." Another one said, "This is worse than what R. Kelly did in my opinion. And I pray this monster gets charged to the fullest extent of the law if these allegations turn out to be true, and pays the price for these filthy acts, and that these people get the justice they deserve. It's getting pretty messed up, and at this point, it seems like Diddy has been involved with more artists than we can ever imagine. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more.